Hey, your friendly neighborhood geek here doing another action figure re-review. Yes, I'm re-reviewing a figure from I believe I got in 2019. This is a character who is one of my favorites. So we're talking about superhero character. One of my favorite superheroes. Very, for the time, very creative and very cool and still cool, and their own unique character to this day. Um, this particular figure was at one point very, very hard to get a hold of and has a lot of history behind it, surprisingly, which we'll get into in this video. So, yes, today I will be talking about Ben Enlin's The Tick. Yes, I have a Tick action figure. There were Tick action figures. For those who don't know, brief history lesson. There were, I believe, three Tick productions. There was a show, I believe, in '94, which had like 4 seasons, I think. There was the first live action version with Patrick Warburton, which was on Fox, but only had 1 season. And then we had an Amazon Prime series. Unfortunately, I forgot how to pronounce the name of the actor who played the Tick in that show. And that show had 2 seasons, and it was good. It was cool, but like I said, unfortunately, it got canceled. But all versions are good. I personally think that the animated series is the best version, and I'm sure a lot of other fans might agree with that as well. So the animated series had a toy line. The first Tick toy I had was a pre-owned Tick action figure from the '90s show, because at the time I wasn't able to get a hold of this Tick action figure from Shocker Toys. Um, which I'll get into. But once I was able to, or maybe not, maybe before I was able to get a hold of this figure, I think I sold. Yeah, I sold it. I sold my old Bandai cartoon series Tick figure. Another character I used to have, who I'm a big fan of, is Hellboy. I have the card back that figure came on. I had the big blast Hellboy. I'm thinking of rebuying that figure. The version I had was actually a rare version, but I didn't like it, so I sold it stupidly. Yeah, stupid, dumb decision. So the one I wanted was like Hellboy. Like the rare one was him with wearing a BPRD shirt, but it was molded to the figure. The one I wanted was just a regular one where he's shirtless and he has his trench coat, whatever. Um, so I'm thinking that kind of goes for um, prices that, yeah, kind of go for reasonably price, yeah, whatever. But you can find that figure for a good deal, basically. So I'll probably get that at some point, repurchase that figure at some point. But anyway, being all over the place, yes. But not only do I have this Tick, there was also a um, exclusive version. Yes, I have two Ticks. The mucus Tick and the regular Tick. I will be talking. In this video, I'll be talking about this one. I might do a separate video on this one. Actually, ironically, I had this figure before, but it was pre-owned. I tried to paint it blue. Stupid. Try to make a custom out of it. I ended up breaking it, and I ended up throwing it away. So it was like $45 I paid for that loose version. So $45 down the drain on me, but I was younger. So luckily I was able to buy this. I bought both of these on not Amazon. I bought both of these on eBay. I don't remember if I bought them from the same seller or if I bought them from two different sellers, because that was, some years ago. But I think I got them both for relatively like 100, maybe 100 something. Which in my opinion, if you have the extra, it's reasonable, especially considering, like I said, these figures are very hard to get a hold of now, and I will get into why in a few minutes. Um, but for those who don't know, you see the back of my wall is green. That, and in the video or in the past, if you look behind me, you may see a mucus Tick um, hanging on the wall behind me. On the opposite side, where you can't see the room, my room is blue. So yes, one side of my room is painted green, one side of my room is painted blue, and that's where Tick is. Tick is hung up on the blue side, on the other side of the room that is blue. So yes, but it says this was a Dead Central exclusive. Um, like I said, I'll talk about him in his own video. Maybe he'll be the next review. I don't know. We'll see. Um, put him to the side. So yes, we are talking about Tick. The Tick was created by Ben Edlund, who's still working on stuff. He's worked on Gotham, Supernatural, so he's done stuff outside of comics, which is really cool. He created the Tick in 1986, which I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know the Tick was that old. Um, it's like a mascot for a chain of comic shops in Boston, New England, or something like that. So yeah, and from there, he became so popular that he got his own series. Um, he doesn't really. It's kind of like I'm trying to. Okay, like what's the best example I could give? Tick is like the original One Punch Man. Like how One Punch, for those who are familiar with One Punch Man, like how Satama is kind of like this gag character. Like he's a superhero, but it's kind of comedic, and sometimes it doesn't take it so too seriously, and stuff like that. So Tick is kind of like one of the first, if not the original, character to kind of do that kind of comedy and action and comic book kind of genre, I guess, mixing those ideas together. So like I say, he doesn't really have a secret identity. In the comic, he escaped from a mental institution and traveled to the city, which his where he fights crime is that's the name of the city. It's called the City. um, yeah, the comic, I mean, in the cartoon, it was a little bit altered. Like he just took a bus to the city or whatever. But we still didn't know like where he came from, how he got his powers, all that good stuff. The same was kind of for the Patrick Warburton show, and I think for the Netflix show, he just kind of showed up one day in the city. He traveled there to fight crime. That's kind of all we got about his origin. He has a sidekick named Arthur, who's a Jewish accountant, and Arthur's a very fun character. They live together in Arthur's apartment. It's a lot of fun. I have issue one. Oh man, okay, maybe in the next video. I did not think to pull it out. It makes me mad. I didn't think to pull it out. Maybe in the next video, I will show issue one of the Tick. I have issue one, which I got some years ago in a local comic shop. But yeah, so like I said, all that backstory. Let's see what's on the back, because like I said, we have a lot to unpack. It says comic book heroes, indie spotlight. I won't read the indie spotlight. I'll just read comic book heroes status. Name the Tick. Occupation Big Blue Crime Fighter. That's appropriate. The Tick is an overly dramatic satire of superheroes, such as Superman. No. I take that back. Such as Superman. Tick is known to rant incessantly about the nature of justice using absurd metaphors. He protects the city. He is wild. He's the wild blue yonder, the front line of the never-ending battle between good and not so good. Fun fact about that line in the Patrick Warburton Fox show. The opening, he narrates the opening of the episodes, and then he says that. So I like that little reference to the Patrick Warburton show. Side note, those who don't know, Patrick Warburton, veteran actor, live action, very well known for voice work. He's Joe in Family Guy. He was Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. He was Brock Sampson in The Venture Brothers. Like I say, he's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. I did a video. I may have uploaded by now, like in my completion videos. I did a series of TikToks where I talked about all the Tick TV shows. So, you might be able to find that in my archive of videos. I have to see if if any of those got uploaded. But yeah, so as I was saying, together with his stalwart sidekick Arthur and their magnanimous help of some other folks he knows, they attempt to bring about justice. Destiny has chosen him. Wicked men, you face the Tick. So that all that was taken from the Patrick Warburton show. So that's really cool. The Tick. Okay. If his strength is not super, then it's certainly impressive. Arthur says that the Tick is stronger than anyone. The Tick's battle cry is said to baffle or stun his opponents. Before battle, he yells out, "Spoon!" Yeah, Spoon is his catchphrase. Why? I don't know, but it's cool. So you see all these other figures. I think obviously Tick is like the best figure in this wave. You have Dick Tracy, who's a classic character from maybe like the 30s, 40s, maybe. I'm not sure. He's basically like a police detective or police officer or something. He's a cool character. King Zombie, I'm not sure if this ever came out. Yeah, I'm not sure if this ever came out. Not familiar with that character. Like I said, here's Dick Tracy, and here's a variant you could have gotten. You could also have gotten him in black and white, which was cool. And we have Ignitica. Okay. This other character who I'm not familiar with. So it says collect them all and help fight crime. JBGR Toys. Um, yeah, the Tick series. So, yes. So let's finally open them. We're 11 minutes in. Let's finally open them up. Okay, so, and this is resealable. You see how easy it is for me to remove the card back, which is nice. Um, yeah, how easy this is for the most part, which I like. I think you could get some. You could have bought these at like Comic Con when the time they came out. So this came out in like 2000. Yeah, 2009. These came out. Um, or you could have got them from the Shocker Toys website. So this is a nice little card back. You know. So yeah. So I believe the person, I forgot his name. There's a video you can watch about on YouTube of the person who self-created uh, the company was doing some shady business practices. This, of course, I don't think the company is around anymore. They kind of got a bad rap. Like people would order from their website, they wouldn't get their items on time, or maybe they wouldn't get things at all. He was taking the people's money and not, instead of putting it into the company, he was spending it, I think, on himself or stuff like that. I think production kind of became overwhelming, stuff like that. So yeah. So I haven't touched mine for a couple years. I'll explain why real quick. But you see, he has two sets of fists. So one is to hold the stop sign, which he can use as a weapon, which has gravel attached to it, which is really nice. Um, I guess I'll try to show. I have to be careful because sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult to get these to stick in his hand, or like some. The quality on these vary depending on what copy you get. Unfortunately, so you have if you are interested or if you're able to get either one of these figures, be super careful. Like because if something breaks, unless you're able to like glue it back and just have them as like a display piece, or like what I've been doing, putting him in the box, you're not really gonna yeah, like you can't really enjoy the figure anymore. Or like I said, if something breaks and it's not fixable, you're just screwed, unfortunately, like I was at one point on my mucus tick, because these figures are extremely hard to get a hold of. So now I'll be able to see. It may not come on that well on camera. But the last time I messed with this figure was some years ago. Around his antenna, probably can't see it, but where my finger is, around his antenna, the plastic started to like, I'm not sure, warp, but stress, like the stress marks or whatever you call it, began to appear when I tried very hard to snap this head on his body. Because underneath the head, this neck, there's like a double ball peg. So there's a black ball peg that connects the head to the neck. So like I said, this is his alternate head. You see, I forgot what this is called. I forgot what these are called, but children used to play with these. I forgot what they're called. Um, but yeah, I thought he looked cooler with his like fighting face. And you see this comes off the stop sign. Um, let's see. See, I don't want to force it. Yeah. Um, so you see, it's not really wanting to go in that far. And like I said, you have to be really careful. Oh, great. You have to be really careful. Okay, it's halfway in there, but oh, oh. Like I said, I forgot this comes off. Like I said, I don't. Great. Like I said, this I love it, but the quality is just kind of, kind of questionable. Like, like can't be too rough or something might break. Um, but usually, I think I've been able to do it in the past. You pull this down, he can hold it with both hands, so it's like like he's holding it like that. Um, and like I said, so he had his two other fists are um this regular fist. I don't know if I'll even bother to show it. It's regular fist like this. So his regular fist. I mean, like he's base. I mean, yeah, Tick is basic. There's not really a lot you could even given him really. So the fact that we got the stop sign. I mean, I don't know how often he used it in the book in the comics. Um, it's cool, but yeah, I do think he's the centerpiece of this of this wave. There were other waves. Well, I think there was like one other wave. There was a series two, I think, with the Max, or maybe no, maybe this is series two. I can't remember. With the Max, um, and some other characters. The Max was created by not Peter David, Sam Keith. I did a video on it on TikTok. So this is his base head. So this is the head you would get him in. Um, the detail was decent. Has a goofy grin that fits Tick's character perfectly. Yeah. On Big Bad Toy Store. Off topic. Big Bad Toy Store. Real quick, I'll show him holding his spoon. Yes, mine comes with a spoon. Mine may have been exclusive. Like there was a few different variations. Like he came with a few different accessories. Um, so to my knowledge, not every version came with a spoon. You see, it's in this little baggie. Um, let's see. So here he is holding his spoon. Spoon. And like I said, his feet are on a ball joint. Like the waist is on a ball joint. So yeah, there he is holding the spoon. He looks a little sinister with that face, but um, yeah, it took me like a couple hours to try to get this head on him. So, but yeah, but like I said, he's a solid. Let's say he's a solid figure. Oh, I got it off just barely. Um, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, oh, I don't want to force it, but yeah. So that's cool. Like I said, the pavement, little detail, the pavement at the bottom. So, like I said, real quick, we'll let's see. I'll put this fist back. So real quick, we'll show his instructions. So another thing. Yeah, okay. So Jack's staff. So to my knowledge, I think the only three we got in this wave were Dick Tracy and the Tick. So I don't think Jack Staff or King Zombie or Ignitica. I don't think the three of them ever came out. They had planned to do some other Tick characters, some other characters. They were going to do like a vintage Blue Beetle. For those who don't know about Blue Beetle from DC, he originally wasn't a DC character. I think he was from a company called Charleston. And then eventually DC got the rights to the character, and that's when they created the new modern Hispanic one. But you can see some of the instructions, the prototype, give you how to put them in his hand, and you see mail away figure instructions. So Arthur was going to be a mail away figure. And there was some other instructions. So Arthur being Tick's sidekick, which is a huge shame that he didn't come out, because you can't have Arthur, you can't have Tick without his sidekick Arthur. But I guess if you were talented enough, you could make a custom. He's not a hard character to try to make a custom of. So, but yeah, I mean, so like I said, it's just a shame that the series was so short. We didn't get more characters. So if you can imagine, because of that, the figures they did make are extremely expensive. Tick being one of them. I mean, you could find him for a good deal depending where you look. I haven't looked in a while. But yes, if you're a fan, you have to have this figure. I mean, if you're a fan, you're a toy collector, this is the Tick figure to get. This is probably the best figure we may ever get. I mean, he was created in 1986, and this figure came out in 2009, and we haven't had any type of collectible since for a character like him, which is a huge shame, honestly. Now, like I said, BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, are making like figures of kind of like um, and I don't know if I would say obscure comic book characters, but of certain comic book characters who aren't Marvel or DC. And Tick is one of them. They're making another figure, another character from the Tick as well. I have that on pre-order, but those are like maybe like 3.75, and then they have like basic articulation, which isn't a bad thing. If you like those. I'm just happy that Tick is getting a new toy. Mm, excuse me, but like I said, he pretty much has um great articulation. I mean, arm can go 360. Whatchamacallit? His bicep can go 360. Um, like his arms can go up about that high. I said, fist or on a ball joint. See this rotation here. I said head can go 360. Some neck movement. Uh, oh, and like I said, the way they did the waist, torso, is a little funky. It's probably the most you can get out of that, but yeah. I mean, he's posable enough for any type of action pose you want to get him into. You know, any type of wacky fighting pose you want to get him into, you can pretty much do that. So, like I said, you know, yeah, you can give him some good poses. So, real quick, this video's going on 25 minutes. I will show him with some other figures. So here's a random Marvel Legends X-Men figure. See, Tick is big. Like, Tick is kind of like a Build-A-Figure. Like, I think he's like the size that a Build-A-Figure would be. So, you know, that's cool. And here he is with my Planet Hulk action figure. They're about the same size. This Hulk is just, you know, his mass is bigger. But yeah, they're about the same size. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, so that's kind of it for Tick. Like I said, I don't know if I'll even bother to try to remove this head. Oh, see, pop the head off, and you see what I was talking about. So the whole thing came off. So like I said, it would be hard to try to get the other one back on. Get the silly, goofy face back on. So, oh boy. It's like it's easier to get off. Oh, there we go. Whew. Like I said, it's like it's easier to take off than it is to put on. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I don't know if or when I'll try to reattach the other head. But like I said, to make sure he doesn't to make sure he doesn't break or deteriorate. So I just kind of kept him in his box for the last couple of years. So yeah, but like I said, if you're interested, go. I highly recommend it, even with its flaws. Like I said, I mean, 2009, and this was like the last, like I said, good Tick action figure. You know, so yeah. Like I said, I still recommend them. If you are interested, hopefully you can find them for a good deal. Like I said, I know I paid like $100 for both of them, $100 something. I don't remember the exact price. But yeah, so the next review might be Mucus Tick, because Mucus Tick has his own unique bio card. So again, yeah, I talk about him next. But like I said, Mucus Tick was a very cool exclusive, and he has some interesting story behind him, so I'll definitely talk about that one. Like I said, I might do that one next. We'll see. Yeah, put the card back, and hang them on the wall. But yeah, like I said, recommend them if you're interested. Hopefully one day, you know, we might get another show or cartoon, and maybe we'll get another toy like this. You never know. That would be great. Like a Marvel Legends. Like if Hasbro got the license to make Tick toys and use like the Marvel Legends body types or whatever, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. But yeah, like I said, recommend them. Love the Tick. One of my favorite superheroes. Great figure, even if it has flaws. Like I said, next video might be on the Mucus Tick. We'll see. But yeah, sorry, I kind of rambled a lot in this one. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.